Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today is Wednesday, February the 3rd, and today I would like to share with you something more about me. I am a huge fan of Harry Potter, and in quality of huge fan, I already know how to make potions and how to play Quidditch. But I'm still struggling with one thing, and this thing is the parcel tongue. And that's why for the next 5 to 6 months I'll be wearing this brace. And this brace, I'm pretty sure, will help me a lot with the S pronunciation. But that's not the reason why I'm here today. The reason why I'm here today is to talk about a fantastic movement, the straight pull-ups. And we will talk about it for upper body athletes, lower body athletes, and seated athletes. Upper body athletes. Today, again, we will have the honor to have a coach, Karl Steadman, showing us the movement. But let me explain what I thought for you. We can use the rig and the J-hooks. So we will place the J-hooks not too high, but pretty low, maybe let's say at knee level, and we will put an elastic band between the two J-hooks. Now, depending on the height of the J-hooks and on the resistance of the band, we will have more or less help. We will use just one point of contact, so hanging at the bar with just one arm, and we will do our pull-ups. But at the end of this video, you will see Karl demoing the movement. So, thanks Karl. This solution can work pretty well also for our lower body athletes. But maybe there is something that is even more safer. They can just use a lower bar. So no J-hooks, no bands, just hanging, you can do regular straight pull-ups. Of course, if you don't have yet the strength required, you can use a band. Just be careful. Last group, our seated athletes. Here, the floor layout is very important. So what I suggest here is to use a very low bar, okay, and to put our wheelchair under the bar. So maybe when performing our street pull-ups, we will not have a full range of motion. So maybe our arms will be slightly bent, but at the beginning, this is perfectly fine. So we will do our pull-ups, and when we're done with our set, we already have our wheelchair under the bar, so we can easily rest. This is very important when we talk about safety. There is one final thing I would like to mention, and this is the gas light mentality. So the gas light is the light that turns on in our cars when we are running out of fuel, when we still have maybe 10, 16 miles before we are running completely out of fuel. And the same goes for strict pull-ups, but for every movement. We know in our brain when we still have 4, 5 reps, and then we need to stop. So when we talk about adaptive athletes, but maybe able-bodied athletes as well, that's when we need to stop. When we know that we still have only 4, 5 reps. We don't need to reach that fatigue, and we don't need to reach failure. Talking about adaptive athletes, it wouldn't be safe. So, if you wait a couple seconds, you're gonna see Karl demoing the movement, and see you next Wednesday. Bye!
Right, adaptive pull-ups. So normally with the J-cups, what you'd have is these on the inside of the rig for when you put your bar back in. You need to switch these so as the bands don't pull in. So can you see how here you have the J-cup on the outside. So then we put bands on here to assist the pull-up with one arm. Have your athlete in, full extension, and pull till chin above the bar.